Here's our Durma 4-roll double pinch machine. Let's go ahead and turn it on. Our main electrical disconnects on the wall, up to turn it on, and our switch on the machine to turn that on. Nothing turns on, no pumps or anything turn on until we activate the control panel. Control panel is here. To activate, we switch it to on, and then it's still on orange, so then we have to go to start. To stop the machine, simple as stop and start. And an emergency, this one's got 2 stops to it. This one here, and this is a pull only, no twist on this one, just a pull, and we're back to start. Over here we got the tripwire as well. It goes all the way around the machine. If it is tripped, all we have to do, carefully lift this little plastic button till the green is showing, and then this is ready to operate again. This is the 4-roll. So we do have the top roll here, the bottom roll, and the 2 forming rolls. So it's very similar to the 3-roll, but it's got the extra roll on the one side, so then you don't need to handle the material at all. So put it in the machine, you're good to go. So that's this roll here, known as the double pinch, because you can pinch it from this side and you can pinch it from this side as well. And here's the other side. Does have the pressure gauge over here. This one is all hydraulic, no hand cranks on this one, and you can set the pressure of the pinch so it only pinches with so much hydraulic pressure. Okay, let's go over and look at the control panel. Very simple to use. Let's turn it on. Over here we got parallel and conical for the bottom roll. The forming roll on the left will also be known as the X. You can see the X on the machine and the Y for the other side. You can see the X over here and the Y over here as well. So the bottom roll here, it's as simple as just up and down. Very, very slowly, it's moving up, and you can see the numbers on the screen here. They're just going up until it pinches, and then as soon as it pinches, then the pressure. So if you're putting in 3/16 plate, which is 5 millimeter, you're probably going to pinch somewhere around the 3 millimeter, and then not to overpower it after that, overpressurize it. Leave it in parallel for this one on this side. You can see that one here comes up over here. Moving through here, just the drive directions. You can see the drive. The drive is just the top and the bottom roll on these ones. The forming rolls do not drive. Going through everything over here, the one on this side over here, we got to come over here, which will be the Y. That one comes up. Simple as that. Keep everything in parallel here, and then as soon as the pinch needs to be all the way down for the machine to open. Come over here. So 1 inch, 25 millimeters, and then to open the end, simple as that. So a lot nicer, all hydraulics. Over here, you'll notice this little plate here. If we spin this down below, that's for doing a cone. Then the cone rubs on this edge here, and we need to change this block to down below for when we're doing cones. We'll just leave it here because we're just setting up for just cylinders. Go ahead and we'll close this up. As you're closing this up, making sure that this fits into here and it's not crooked. There's a little nut I can tighten on there so that doesn't move as well. That's just how it is set right now. Besides that, this is a touch screen, so it's got a contrast over here. We can do contrast. We'll just leave it. It's on maximum contrast, maximum brightness as well. Escape. It does have set points on this one, so you can see up here number 2, number 1. Usually we don't use these, but we could. So number 1 here, right now, if you select that, you can, where you want it, this roll to stop, and it's as simple as that. So I put in 300, 250, and 200, and we'll just kind of see these in action here. So number 1 over here. So with this, roll all the way down, the X on this side, 347, as low as it'll go. So if I come up, it will stop at 300. There it is there, stopped at 300. If I do the other side over here, it will come up and stop at 300. As soon as I go to the next program, number 2, it was 250. It's gonna come up to 250. This side here, come up to 250. Simple as that. Generally, we don't always use these. Usually what we'll do is we'll just bring it up our 5 or 10 millimeters every time. And then if I go to number 4, I don't think there was anything set in for. It was just set at 0. 0 will be at the top. So as that roll comes all the way up, 0. So if that program set points is at 0, then we can come all the way up to the top. And then just to bring it back down. That gets you operating this machine with this control panel. It's very straightforward. There's pictures that match every single roll. And then as soon as you get into the cones, you just switch this to cones. And you start adjusting for the cones. So the cones is kind of the next level after cylinders. So just a little bit more playing with that. When you're all done, you can leave this open, ready for the next person to use. That's this machine. When you're done, just hit the stop, turns the pumps off, and if you want, you can turn this off. There is no calibration to this machine, so as soon as you turn it on, it turns on quite quickly. Okay, that's it.